Okay, this time let's have the Arabic prayer.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Arrahmanirrahim. Maliki yaumiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim ghairil maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin. Amin.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Rosette, can you please have a recap of the lessons that we had last time?
Sige po. We read kinontinue pong basahin yung Flowers in the Crypt.
And you were able to
And we,
finish that?
opo, tapos po sinagutan po yung apat na questions.
Okay, all right. Um, so today we'll have the last story about the man in the house. This time, the story is about a father who was terminated from his work. And let us find out how his termination from work affected his family. Okay, if in up on the wall, um, a photo of the boss played a significant role in that poem, and if in the story Flowers in the Crypt, flowers, okay, the baby's breath, okay, flowers played an important role in the development of the story. This time we'll have another, okay, concrete object that will play an important role in this story. I may present to you Lengua para Diablo. You can access the Word, MS Word copy of the story and the PPT from our Google Classroom. Okay, so Lengua para Diablo or The Devil Ate My Words is an excerpt from the novel of Merlinda Volvis entitled Banana Heart Summer. Okay, since this is the last story about the man in the house, okay, we have been trying to discuss how different contexts enhance the text meaning and enrich the reader's understanding. Now, the title, Lengua para Diablo, the word lengua, okay, is taken from a name of a Spanish dish, lengua estofado, in which the main ingredient is the cow or ox tongue. Who among you have tried eating lengua estofado? One? Okay, so this is a special dish, a tomato based dish known as one of the dishes um, from the Spaniards. Okay. Now for the vocabulary exercise, if in Alpha on the Wall, I asked you to Google the meaning of the words. I gave the words, the 9 words. Okay. Oh, we and in Flowers in the Crypt, I also asked you to Google the words plus use each word in a sentence. Now this time, you'll be the one to scan the text and highlight the words which are not familiar to you. Look for the meaning of these words, then use each in a sentence. So try to access Lengua para Diablo, okay, the copy of the story in our Google Classroom. There are 5 paragraphs. Okay, try to look for a word in each paragraph which is not familiar to you. And again, Google the meaning, okay, and use the word in a sentence. Okay? Sige, let me share to you the story. Okay. Okay, with your own PC, you can access Lengua para Diablo. Mm, mm. So in every paragraph, try to, okay, scan the text and look for a word which is not familiar to you. And then Google the meaning of this word and use this word in a sentence. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, 5 paragraphs only because this one is part of the last paragraph. Okay? Now let's say for example in number 1, all the words are familiar to you. You can skip paragraph 1. Okay, you can proceed immediately to paragraph 2, okay, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, sige go. Bring out your notebook and again scan the text and look for the words which are not familiar to you. Look for the meaning of these words, then use each in a sentence. So this is vocabulary exercise number 2. 10 points. Okay, you may start now. Okay. Ganahan. Ganas. Kill, kill. Venetian. Ballerina. Bruna. Manuel. Ay, Braga. Farkas. Hidden Lion. Oscriam. Fidelis. Santos. Cortez. Then Aspera. Picture. I in it. Okay. Batron Lianya. All right. Okay. Adrian, Mayo, would you like to share to us one of the words that not familiar to you from
Ah,
the excerpt Lengua para Diablo?
yung word po na hindi familiar sa akin is cajole.
Cajole. That one is in paragraph 2, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, Adrian, what do you mean by cajoled?
Persuade someone to do something by flattery.
Okay. To persuade someone to do something through flattery. Okay. And sentence, Adrian?
Ah, sh- she hoped to cajole her into giving her the expensive necklace.
Mm, okay, so thank you, Adrian. Please check your work. 2 points for you. Now, what about Jibrail Muhammad? Would you like to share to the class another word which is not familiar to you?
Ma'am, di pa po nakakahanap, ma'am.
Oh, okay. Sige, I'll get back to you later. What about Lianyo? Hans?
Yes.
Okay. Have you found a word which is not familiar to you in the text Lengua para Diablo?
Scrupulously.
Okay, scrupulously. That one is, I think, okay. Fourth paragraph. So, what do you mean by scrupulously? Hans.
Mm, as in a very careful and thorough way.
Okay, in a very careful and thorough way. And sentence? Okay, read the sentence.
Mm,
Were you able to construct a sentence using scrupulously, Hans?
mm,
Not yet. Okay, sige, I'll get back to you later, ha? Now, let's have Petron.
Ma'am, di pa po tapos.
Okay, Angelo. I'm asking you to look for 5 words. Diba? In every paragraph. Okay, so casual lang ang nakita. Okay, sige, Rosiliosa. You may finish your work first. All right. Okay, sige. Carl Aspera, give another word, please.
Uh,
Okay.
Piquant.
Okay, piquant. Okay, what do you mean
Piquant.
by... Okay, Carl, but it's okay, no problem.
Wait, ma'am.
What do you mean
Ano
by
po?
piquant?
Having a pleasantly sharp taste or appetizing flavor.
Okay, a pleasant or to have a sharp taste. Okay, and were you able to construct a sentence using piquant, Carl?
No, ma'am.
Oh, no. Okay, but be sure to use it in a sentence, huh, Carl?
Sige po.
Okay. Sige, let's have another one. Mark Joseph Fernandez.
Epicure po, ma'am.
Okay, epicure. That one is fourth paragraph. So this is Piquant by Carl. And what's the other one? Epicure. Okay. Sige. What do you mean by epicure? Mark Joseph.
A person who takes particular pleasure in fine food and drink.
Okay, finding pleasure in fine dining or fine food. Okay, thank you, Mark Joseph. Can you please check your work, huh? Okay, next meeting will be accomplishing the first part of the senior high school portfolio in our subject. We have completed, I think we have already written works. Okay, from the stories Apple on the Wall, Flowers in the Crypt, and Lengua para Diablo. So this is the last written work from those stories. So be sure to capture or to take a screenshot or to take a picture of what you have written in your notebook. Okay, and those will be uploaded or those will be placed in our senior high school portfolio. All right. Okay, so let's discuss the story Lengua para Diablo. So, lengua, just like what I have shared to you a while ago, came from a name of a dish, lengua estofado. Yes, Angelica, what's the annotation all about? Bakit mo nag-annotate? So, lengua estofado is a Spanish dish, a tomato-based dish, okay, with cow or ox tongue as the main ingredient. So let's see what is the rule. Yes. Bakit kayo nag-annotate? Kirk, yes. Do you have anything to say? Hmm? Sige, go. Kirk?
Ma'am, wala po.
Okay. Now, who's annotating? Sige, sige. Alright. Sige, Kirk, read the first paragraph. Go.
Okay po.
Mm.
I suspected that my father sold his tongue to the devil. He had little to say in our house. Whenever he felt disagreeing with mother, he murmured, "The devil ate my words." This meant he forgot what he was about to say, and mother was often appeased. There was more need for appeasement after he lost his job.
Okay, thank you, Kirk. So, who always say the expression, the devil ate my words? Kirk? So, from the first paragraph, it has always been the expression of the Father. The devil ate my words. Okay. How come the Father would always say the devil ate my words? According to the first paragraph, the Father would mention that expression just to appease, yeah, the mother whenever they have disagreements. Okay. So who's narrating in the story? It's the daughter this time. So let's see what happened to the father, mother, and the children in the second part of the story. The devil ate my words. Okay, a joke, okay, usually said by the father just to appease the anger of the mother. That's according to, okay, the daughter. Yeah. In fact, the daughter, as a very young child, suspected that her father indeed sold his tongue to the devil. Angelica, can you please read the second paragraph?
The devil ate his words. The devil ate his capacity for words. The devil ate his tongue, but perhaps only after prior negotiation with its owner. What with what with mother always complaining, I'm already taking a peek at hell. When it got too hot and stuffy in our tiny house, she seemed to sweat more that summer and miserably. She made it sound like father's fault. So he
Cajoled.
cajoled her with kisses and promises of an electric fan, bigger windows, a bigger house. But she pushed him away, saying, "Get off me. I'm hot. Hot. Mm.
This hellish life.
This hellish life." Again, he was ready to pledge relief, but something in my mother's eyes made him mutter only the usual excuse. The devil ate my words before he shut his mouth. Then he ran to the tap to get more water.
Okay, thank you, Angelica. Gwen Cortez. Okay, what is the content of paragraph 2? Okay, according to the daughter who happens to be the narrator in the first paragraph, her father would say, "The devil ate my words" whenever they have an disagreement with um, his wife. Now, in the second paragraph, how would you describe their condition? Yeah. Their status in life. Are they poor? Are they rich? Gwen
Uh,
Cortez?
I guess that they have a very hellish condition in that
Mm,
in their little household that they have. Yeah, I think they're struggling to make ends meet. So in this process, the daughter or the girl is trying to express her situation through words such as cajoled, and using the devil as sort of uh,
Mm.
a metaphor for
Mm.
such
Okay, was it the daughter or the
brutalities.
father, Gwen? Was it the daughter or the father who
Hello?
kept on? Hello, Gwen. Was it the daughter or the father who kept on saying the devil ate my words?
It was the father.
Okay, it was the father. Okay, thank you, Gwen. So from paragraph
You're
two, we
welcome,
can.
ma'am.
Okay, so from paragraph two, we can say that the family is poor. They live in a small house. The father kept on making promises of providing his family, ayan, appliances, okay, big house, and yet the mother would nag the father because none of the promises of the father came true. So he would jokingly say to the mother, "The devil ate my words." Okay, how come he kept on telling? How come he kept on saying that? What does it mean? The devil ate my words. Okay, let's see. Next paragraph. Nicole.
Hello po.
Hi. Go.
Okay. So, lengua para diablo, tongue for the devil. Surely he sold his tongue in exchange for those promises to my mother. Comfort, a full stomach life without our wretched one. But the devil never delivered his side of the bargain. The devil was alien to want. He lived in a Spanish house and owned several stores in the city. The Spanish mestizo was my father's employee, but only for a very short while. He sacked him and our neighbor Tio Anding, also a mason, after he found a cheaper hand for the extension of his house. We never knew the devil's name. Father was incapable of speaking it. More so after he came home and sat in the darkest corner of the house and stared at his hands. It took him 2 days of silent staring before he told my mother about his fate.
Okay. So what happened to the father in this part of the story? John Clarence.
He sold his tongue in exchange for those promises to my mother's comfort.
Okay, thank you, John Clarence. Did he really sold his tongue to the devil? I think that one was used figuratively. Okay, he did not literally sold his tongue to the devil, but John Clarence, in this part of the story, the father lost his job. He was terminated as a mason together with their neighbor, okay, Anding. Okay, if in the first two paragraphs he would joke around saying the devil ate my words, in the third paragraph, okay, he kept silent all the time. Okay, he couldn't speak. Okay, because he has no longer age because he lost his job. Okay, and according to the narration of the daughter, the devil has now a face, or the devil has taken the form of a human being. In the third paragraph, she was referring to the boss of the father, or the father's employee, a Spanish mestizo. a rich Spanish mestizo. Okay, after promising the father of a good salary for working as a mason, he, he sacked them, or he terminated them. And in this part of the paragraph, the father couldn't say anything. The father stayed speechless. He, it took him 2 days of silent staring before he told his wife about his fate, as mentioned in the last part of the paragraph. Indeed, the devil has gotten his tongue for real. Okay? Now let's have the fourth paragraph. Jillian?
I w- Ma'am, Ma'am, is it the I wondered how the devil ate my father's?
Yes, yes. Okay. I wondered how the devil ate my father's. Okay, go.
Okay. I wondered how the devil ate my father's tongue. Perhaps he cooked it in mushroom sauce in that special Spanish way that they do ox tongue. First, it was scrup, scrupus,
Scrupulously clean, but it's okay.
scrupulously cleaned, rubbed with salt and vinegar, blanched in boiling water, then scraped off its white coating. Now, imagine words scraped off the tongue and even taste, our capacity for pleasure. In all those 2 days of silent staring, father hardly ate. He said he had lost his taste for good. He was not hungry. Junior and Milo were more than happy to demolish his share of gruel with fish sauce.
Okay, thank you, Jillian. So in this part of the story, okay, the daughter would literally imagine that her father really lost his tongue to the devil or to his Spanish mestizo employee. She would imagine that she would imagine literally that the tongue of his dad was cooked by the Spanish mestizo, turned into lengua estofado. However, in this part of the story, the author, Merlinda Bobbis, was successful in utilizing a single metaphor or a direct comparison on how okay, lengua estofado is being cooked compared to on how the Spanish mestizo okay, manipulated okay, the Filipino laborers to work for him, and after a couple of weeks, they were being sacked by him. His promises of a good salary, okay, of a good life were broken. Okay, so imagine if the rich Spanish families would have lengua estofado, okay, on their table. In the case of the the family in this story would share a gruel with fish sauce. So ano yung kinakain nila sa hirap ng buhay? Meron lang silang kanin at saka meron lang silang patis bilang ulam. Okay. Now let us discuss the last part of the story. Okay, Ayan, can you please read? Now, after the thorough clean. Okay, Ayan.
Ako po.
Yes, now after the thorough clean, the tongue was pricked. Okay, go.
Ano po? Okay. Now, after the thorough clean, the tongue was pricked with a fork to allow the flavors of all the spices and condiments to penetrate the flesh. Then it was browned in olive oil. how I wished we could break my father's tongue back to speech and even hunger. But of course we couldn't. Because it had disappeared, it had been served on the devil's platter with garlic, onion, tomatoes, leaf, clove, peppercorns, soy sauce, even sherry butter, and grated Edam cheese. With the aroma of something rich and foreign, his silent tongue was already luxuriating in multitude of essences pampered into piquant delight.
Piquant delight. Perhaps?
Perhaps next he should sell his esophagus, then his stomach. I would if I had the chance to be that pampered, to know for once what I would never taste. I would be soaked, steamed, sauteed, basted, baked, boiled, fried, and petted, eaten with only the perfect seasonings. I would become an epicure. On a rich man's plate, I would be initiated to flavors of only the finest quality. In his stomach, I would be inducted to street secrets. I would be the inside girl, and I could tell you the true nature of satiated affluence.
Okay, thank you, Ayan. Now, in this last part of the story, okay, what can you say about the daughter? It's already 2:05. The daughter kept on imagining that indeed, okay, the tongue of her father was sold to, okay, the Spanish mestizo and become the main ingredient of lengua estofado. She kept on remembering how lengua estofado, a special dish, okay, is being prepared and cooked and become um, the star of every meal of a Spanish family. Okay, and she also wished that her father would have the the chance or the confidence again to speak and to work for their family. And according to her, that if only she could replace her father, okay, just especially the last part of the story, if only she could replace her father and experience also how is it like, okay, to be part of lengua estofado, okay, and be served as a very delicious meal on the table of a rich family. So yun na imagine na out of gutom, okay, out of hunger, she would imagine herself being served as a meal to a rich family. She would imagine how is it like to have lengua estofado, okay, as her viand. Okay? So that's lengua para Diablo. Okay, it's a story of a father's um, plight of losing his employment and how his being unemployed affected his family. Now, Bobby's was very successful in using a single metaphor or in comparing indirectly or directly the a very good dish, okay, Spanish dish, lengua estofado, to the plight of the Filipino laborers in the hands of the Spanish capitalists. Okay, so we'll continue our discussion about about lengua para diablo next meeting, and we'll also complete the first part of the senior high school portfolio next week. Okay. Bye, everyone. Okay.
Bye, ma'am. Thank you po.
All
Bye,
right.
ma'am. Thank you
Bye
po.
po. Thank you
Bye,
po.
ma'am.